All right, folks. Well, welcome back to Jegs on 11th Avenue. It's about that time again that I come in and spend some more money. And today we're working on spending money on a Pinto project, a Pinto race car. Uncle Terry is here, and Uncle Terry's going to help me spend some money on my Pinto. If you didn't watch the most recent video, I have decided to take my Junkyard Digs purchased Pinto race car and give it a little bit of multi-purpose racing. We're going to make it go able to do dirt track stuff, going rally cross racing down at Edgewater Motorsports Park here in about a month. And then I also want to be able to take it road racing. So Terry is going to help me figure this out, right?
Yes.
And take money out of my pocket.
That's the part. That's the part I like the most.
Yes.
But figuring out stuff, I get paid for that. Taking money.
You're singularly qualified for
Yes.
this.
Exactly.
So the that Pinto is got a 4-inch drop spring in the rear, or a 4-inch drop block in the rear. It is leaf spring in the rear. In the front, it is a coil spring, but it is a cut coil spring. And I want to be able to lift this car up to be able to get some clearance in the dirt. So I'm thinking if I take the 4-inch drop block out of the rear, that's going to lift my back up 4 inches, and then put a front strut or a front spring in it, a factory spring in it, that'll lift my nose up, and then we just got to put proper shocks on it, and that'll get me most of the way there.
It will, because these springs, well, you know, the height of a stock Pinto.
Right.
It's not. It's
They
not
weren't
real low. Yeah.
right.
So this, their A-arms and all that stuff on the front of that car, are stock, right?
Yes. As far as I'm concerned,
yeah.
that's all the front stuff. The only thing I know that's been changed is the brakes, because it's running the Maverick Granada 5-lug brakes.
Yeah, so it's got that different spindle on it. But
Correct.
yeah, from what I saw, it looked like the A-arms were the same. Exactly.
I believe
the same.
so.
Yeah. So
It's
that's
complete
cool.
with blown out rubber bushings.
That's cool.
All that's there.
3, 1, 3, 4.
Does it make sense to what I want to do?
Yes.
Be able to run this thing in 2 different type things
Yes.
and just switch my suspension back and forth?
Yeah. It's not a major deal to change anything. I mean, it's
You're not just saying that because you're going to sell me more parts?
no, it's fairly straightforward. It's pretty simple, actually. I mean, the hardest part, of course, is getting the coil spring out. We're going to use one of those death deals.
Right. Don't take out my teeth.
And you be very careful with coil spring compressors. Yeah.
We have actually a really Billy badass coil spring
That's good.
compressor. So
That's good. Almost everyone I know who's ever used one has a story.
yeah,
I've got a couple of stories, and then neither one is good.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. You're tightening it.
keep your face
You
away.
just know.
Yeah, coil spring compressing is not a good
It
time.
is not a good time. It is not a good time. Anybody can do that can brave anything else in the world.
I when we did the AMX one, I'll have to go back and look at the video of that. We compressed it on the wall on our wall mounted coil spring compressor, and then to get it from there back to the car, we just put a dog chain around the coil and
good.
carried it back there. And 3/4 of the way back there, Rich dropped. the
Oh
dang thing.
no!
And it was like you're in hand grenade practice. Everybody just dives down. Like, oh my God, this thing's gonna hit somebody. You could lose a life and or teeth
yes, sir, you
easily
could.
to a coil spring.
And and it would be worth a lot of views if you happen to have a camera.
That's Tim of Tim's Enthusiast Garage. Literally, he's like, dude, this is not how you want to become YouTube famous.
No.
Like, yeah.
That posthumous stuff is never good.
No.
Never ever good, because you're not getting anything out of it.
No. Or I'm gonna have no front teeth.
No.
Yeah, not a good time. So this is not an expensive way to do this.
No.
Realistically.
It's actually cheap. The coil spring is like $130. The shocks are $33 a piece. So
Okay.
less than $200 for the front.
Okay. And I got my brakes done. So we got the brand new Willwood calipers that you sold me a couple of months ago. Finally got those on.
Yeah, cool.
The rears, as far as I'm concerned, are probably factory Ford 88 Mustang brakes in the rear. I'm going to need a new set of U-bolts, but I'll probably just go get those custom made. I've got some people that do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So you're gonna put a 4-inch block in it?
It has a 4-inch drop block in it.
Oh, it does. So you're
Yes.
just gonna swap it around.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd go a long way.
So even just on factory ride height, I think it probably has enough wheel and tire clearance.
I would think so, yeah, because you're gonna,
Like I was trying to say,
depending on what size tire you're gonna put on it, I mean, you're raising it up basically
Right.
raising it up basically 4 inches, front and rear.
Right.
So, yeah, you should have plenty.
I would think that's probably enough.
Yeah, I would
Plus,
think
the fenders have been pooched out a little bit.
They have been boosted out.
So,
Yeah, so yeah, that should work fine. That should
Yeah.
absolutely work fine.
and this probably won't cost me a fortune.
No. I mean, I don't know how much your U-bolt guy charges, but I'm sure that's not much. But and you've already got the blocks, so basically all you're doing is taking the rear end out, swapping the blocks over the other on the other side of the leaf spring, and put a block in, and you're done.
Right.
I mean, you don't even have to take the leaf springs out. All you do is put them in there.
Right.
Yeah. Move to the other side, put the blocks out, done.
Right.
Easy. I like easy.
I like easy, especially when it's inexpensive.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
plan.
that wouldn't be expensive. I mean, your
yeah, I wasn't gonna put front cover.
your U-bolts might be the most expensive part of the whole deal,
And they're not expensive.
and they're not expensive. Yeah.
Our guys like literally will make them for me while I'm waiting.
Oh, that's nice.
So
Yeah.
I just got to measure what I need, and they'll literally make me my U-bolts. So
Yeah, that's nice.
obviously we'll need to realign the car whenever we switch back and forth between the two.
Which I didn't, but still,
But
plus when I get some of that, I'll be like, oh, you
this, I think this is actually kind of a good decision. This makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I'm not doing something stupid,
No.
see how you are.
which is rare for me.
Can I use my HSA?
This might be actually a good decision. This might be something that's intelligent. This is the 11th Avenue Jegs store, by the way. If you haven't been to one of my videos before, this is where all the magic happens. This is where Jegs began, and it's fortunately right here in downtown Columbus, about 10 minutes from my house and about 15 minutes from our shop. So I am easily able to get over here and spend some money, and I can count on these guys to be able to get what I need to get. Or if they don't happen to have it here, I've got access to their warehouse, which is 25 minutes away. So the nice thing is I can come in here and talk to Terry, and he's going to be good at taking my money.
Yes. They have them both in Delaware.
Delaware? Okay.
So you want to go get them today? You can get it. Or I can get them here Saturday.
No, I'll go get him today.
Okay.
Rear shocks.
Well, rear shock for that. If you're gonna raise it up 4 inches,
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd be better to use a shock extension on it or a shock that's
Like, what if we do a shock, like a factory shock, and then use a shock extension on
yeah.
a
That's what
factory shock?
I think you could do that because it's rear shocks. Rear shocks on a Pinto.
And I do actually want to change the ride height for when it's on road racing up just a skosh. Because it's a little too low. There is such a thing.
It misunderstood me.
It still doesn't care.
1/8 drop. That'd be a good one. Stupid.
Put it on the ground.
Let's look at something.
After I get this done,
Yeah, see, it's studs on both sides.
yeah,
So one of those shock extensions, screw right on there, you're done.
yeah.
Okay, I've got these shocks here that are going to would work perfect with your 4-inch block because they are exactly 4 inches longer than what the stock Pinto shock is. Which would be great because basically once you put your 4-inch block in, this takes exactly up the same space as what the shocks that are on there now does. However, you would not be able to use these when you drop it back down
Right.
because it's too long.
The physical body of the shock is too
Right,
big.
you would have to have another set of shocks. Basically, we got a 4-inch drop block on. I wonder what shocks are on there.
I don't know. They've been on there for a long time.
But it's a regular. It's not a coilover or anything like that.
No, it's a regular shock.
That'd be interesting. Has it got numbers? Well, I'm sure it does. It's probably
Probably.
got a number stamped on the shock.
Yeah.
Well, get the numbers off the shock and tell me what they are. And we can find out exactly what shocks there are, and I can find one that's going to be the right length. 'Cause all you'd have to do is just it's
Yeah,
nut
and
to
that's
nut.
right.
Yeah,
These
that's
are just
it.
that's it.
That's
just
it.
a boltable.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very, very, very simple.
Okay.
Plus, as far as your on the front, it's the shocks that would be on there. I think they would work on either way. Rear shocks, just like NASCAR, rear shocks make all the difference in the world.
Right.
As far as the way the car handles.
Right.
So we probably want to get a better quality rear shock when you have on a road course car.
Very much so.
Yeah. So yeah.
And I probably will get into like an adjustable shock, honestly, when I'm doing.
Well, that's what I was fixing to say. You're better off going to at least a single adjustable shock, which you
Right.
can adjust the rebound rate on it, or a double adjustable shock, which you can adjust the compression and the rebound rate on it.
Right.
Which that might be the better case. It's an expensive way to go, but if you're going to try to make it handle as well as possible,
Right.
that's what you want to do.
Yep.
It's not. I mean, when I say expensive, it's the shocks are like $125 a piece, so $250 for a setup.
Instead of $30 or $40 a piece.
Aluminum QA1 bad boy shocks, big boy pants
Right.
shocks, no shorts, big boy pants shocks, and they're great. Shocks are awesome. And there's 21 adjustments on them, so you can adjust it every way you want to. And of course, that's something you play with once you're doing
Right.
something, because you'll adjust the left side, depending on how the course is set up. Left side more than the right side more than the left side, depending on how you're doing. If it's a constant turn deal, if you left turn only, of course you're going to valve it different. But on a road course, I mean, you're basically going to adjust them the same.
Yeah.
Because you're going to turn me the left hands as you or right hands. So.
But I can go out to the track and make adjustments right
Sure.
there with my knobs.
Exactly,
on the
right there,
shock.
right there. The knobs. It's got two. If it's double adjustments, two knobs on it.
Yeah.
It's got
However many clicks.
16 clicks on each side. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's and they're infinitely adjusted. They're great shocks. I know lots of people that are running them on drag cars and running them on road course cars because there's that much adjustability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, important question.
Uh-huh.
What's the warranty on these shocks? Are they off-road certified?
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
So these are 4 inches longer.
4 inches longer.
So if
So
I
you're-
switched
you
my
have-
drop block into a lift block,
Right. So you have exactly the same amount of travel
yes,
as you do now.
Yeah.
Exactly the same because the body's 4 inches longer,
Right.
travels 4 inches longer.
Right.
So yeah, it's exactly the same as when you took the ones you take off.
okay. And then we'll figure out what makes sense. If I don't know how far I want to lift this car to be able to make it on track.
Sure.
Maybe an inch.
Sure.
I just want to get it up just a skosh. And then we'll figure out a shock situation for that. But that's not until I don't know when my first road course date is. I need to figure that out. All right. So this stuff's all at the warehouse?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's get to the take my money portion of this story.
Excellent.
I haven't really made any donations to you guys in a while. I haven't been in here in at
I
least
know I
a
haven't
week.
been able to buy any formula for my kids.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. I haven't been in here in at least a week. I think it's been
It's
at
every
least
bit
a
of
week.
that, yeah.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
at least a week. The last one you took like $1,200 out of my
Yeah, I
pocket,
like
so.
that. That was a day, man. My kids got
Well,
teeth that day.
also, let's be honest, Bob comes back from Florida next week. So I'll be right back in the thick of it.
Yeah, he had some trouble yesterday.
Did he?
Yeah, he's in Atlanta and had some trouble with the motorhome
Oh.
in downtown Atlanta.
Oh.
And last I heard, he was making it up to pilot truck stop or a TA truck stop or something like that. And when they posted, in fact, Bill posted the 911 on it. And there was people from
Oh, I
all
bet.
over Atlanta saying, "Yeah,
Mobilize
man,
the
tell me
network."
where he is.
Yeah.
we'll come help him out."
Yeah.
So I think that's ended up happening. So yeah, I tell you what, it's a great group of people
Yeah.
in YouTube land. I mean, that people that watch and help each other, and that's what it should be all about.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what it should
absolutely.
be all about.
There is absolutely no way you could ever question the kindness and the willingness to help out, especially of the Billy, Tommy, that group.
Yes.
You guys are awesome. Let me say that 100%. Hopefully I don't ever have to ask you to come out and help me, but I will say that having been around the Hoskinson guys for such a long time, the dedication and willingness to go out of their way to be able to help people that those guys is truly incredible.
I mean, I remember a time, a couple of years ago, a guy got his truck and trailer stolen, and Bill put it out on Facebook, and it caught the guy. Some guy knew Bill, seen it on there. The truck and trailer is right in front of him. He called the cops, called the highway patrol. They got it. The guy got his truck back, and nothing got stolen out.
That's fantastic.
I mean, he got it back within like 2 or 3 hours.
Wow.
I mean, this whole thing took like 2 or 3 hours. I mean, it's great. I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome way networking works on stuff, especially on stuff like that.
Yep.
But it works out really, really well.
I'm gonna get out of here cheap, man. That's all you're gonna take out of my pocket?
I got another pair of shocks,
Okay.
but they're cheap. They're $33 a piece.
I'm gonna be able to afford dinner tonight.
That's what I'm saying.
Then I gotta go do actual work. I gotta put these on. All right, let's take some money and I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, hi ho, hi ho. Off to the warehouse I go.
Off the warehouse you go.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it as always.
All right, guys, that's our done here at Jegs. We got some stuff to go pick up at the warehouse, which is yes. Oh, hey, my other phone. Yeah, that'd have been bad. Thank you for catching that.
You bet.
25 minutes that way, up into Delaware, Ohio. And then we'll go figure out our U-bolt situation for the rear leaf springs on this thing and these shocks. We'll get this thing going. We'll have this thing ready to rock and roll for some off-road duty. I don't know, maybe by the end of this dang video at this point. Pretty exciting. I'm excited about this. I have gone rally racing before, rally cross. This isn't really rally racing, but rally cross racing before. And it's essentially like autocross where you're chasing cones, but you're doing it in the dirt or the rocks, dust, mud. This is a new thing at Edgewater. I'm excited to see what it is, and I think it's going to be a pretty comfortable course. When I did this last time in my AMX, took my 1979 AMX on street tires, street suspension, literally didn't touch it from power tour to off-road racing, and we did it in a rock quarry. And it was abusive, like big rocks everywhere, dust everywhere. It was abusive, but I did fine. I was probably the slowest person out there, but it was a ton of fun. But this new thing that's going to be Edgewater, I'm really excited about it. And I think they're going to do 4 events this year, I believe. So that'll be fun. And we're going to be able to do actual road racing in this thing as well with the same setup. Because I already own a race car, so why don't I use it for race car stuff, right? All right, let's head up to the warehouse. All right, just a hop, skip, and a jump. Up to Jegs corporate office and warehouse. Uphill in beautiful Delaware, Ohio. Couple of old Jegs race cars. And these guys will have my parts here momentarily. We can get back to work. All right. Hey, look at that. Made in the USA. Right on. All right, so coil springs, front shocks, rear shocks, ready to rock and roll. As always, thank you, sir. Much appreciated. All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap this one up here. I've got my springs. I've got my shocks for the front, shocks for the rear. We will swap the coil springs, or pull the U-bolts off, swap the blocks around. Whether or not it's 2 actual 2-inch blocks, so whether or not we use both 2-inch blocks, we use 1 2-inch block, we'll see. But I want to lift the front of this thing up. I need to get it up to about here at least, because I want it to be able to clear these wheels and tires. So it needs to be up to at least here. So hopefully my stock spring will give me that. I do know that they cut a coil, at least maybe 2 out of the factory springs that are on here. So I'm hoping it gets me up to at least there. And then here on the back, if we're getting up 3 inches, 2 inches, 4 inches, I don't know what the difference will be. It's a 4-inch drop, so it should come up to here. And then if we lift it up, it should come up pretty well. So I don't know. We'll see. The plan is to have this thing in the shop here in the next day or so. Fortunately, we're busy enough that I can't get this thing in the shop right now to do this, but I'll get it in and we'll get working on it, swap everything around. I'll probably put it together without the drop blocks flipped just to see where it's going to sit. And we'll see where we are. And then if I need to add blocks into it, I will, because I want this thing to have a little bit of jounce, a little bit of ability to absorb bumps, but I don't want to put it up so tall that it wallows around too much. So kind of got to figure out where that happy medium is going to be. And I am going to end up doing an entirely different suspension setup as well, so that we can just swap back and forth the springs and the shocks between off-road racing, rallycross racing, and road racing, because that's ultimately what this car is designed to do, is to go road racing, mid-Ohio, Nelson's Ledges, that kind of stuff. And that's what I really, really want to use this thing for, but I also don't want to miss out on the opportunity to go slide around in the dirt with some friends. So that's the plan. I should be able to get this thing in the shop hopefully tomorrow. If not tomorrow, maybe Friday, and get this stuff done, and we'll move forward from there. So that's where we're gonna end it right now. Thanks, Uncle Terry. I appreciate you for taking some money from me, and I'll see you guys on the next one here real soon. This is Automotive Adventures with Austin, a little personal corner of the YouTube internet. So if you're interested in this kind of thing, I do spend a lot of time talking, I'll be honest, but I do some wrenching as well. I also have this 1968 Pontiac Le Mans project that we're working on with Uncle Bob, and now that Uncle Bob is back, we can start working on my Pontiac 350 HO. That's supposed to go in that hole right there. And that'll be coming here real soon as well. If I don't end up tomorrow working on that car, I'll probably end up at Bob's talking about Pontiac stuff, and I've got parts to drop off for that engine build. So lots to come. Stay tuned. We'll see you. Bye-bye.